What's going on, guys? Son of Dead here, bringing you my first commentary. This is a gameplay I just got really like 5 minutes ago from Wake Island Team Deathmatch. It was a really fun game actually. This was my first time ever actually playing Team Deathmatch on Wake Island. I really enjoyed it. It has some nice turns and corners. People spawn over. The spawn points are a bit screwed up, but there's always something bad about the map. Um, so yeah, my first commentary. Exciting. I think you've noticed by now that I'm a bit of a tactical player. I like pistols. Secondaries are quite important for me. Having that second weapon that can save your life or get you the other kill before you die is quite important to me. I think it should be important to everyone, but people have different views, different opinions, and I respect it. So over here in this gameplay I'm using the AN91 with Cobra. Under the foregrip, and I have no idea what else. I think the heavy barrel. It's a pretty good gun, honestly. I like 3 burst. I don't like the fully automatic for one reason. I don't not like them, but I have a preference for 3 burst since they're so accurate. As you can see, I just shot down a guy parachuting down. So yeah. Over here, good. Okay, I thought it was another time. So yeah, my name. A lot of people ask me about my name. It's Son of Dead. So my real name obviously isn't Son of Dead, but my real name is kind of based, where I got the name. One day I was thinking, what would I use as a gamer name, and I thought my first name could start with an S, my last name starts with a D, so it just popped in my head, Son of Dead. I have no idea how. There's the nice M17. Okay. As you can see, the spawn points are a bit, fucked up on this map. I don't think it was designed for Conquest. Doesn't seem like it, at least. I mean, Team Deathmatch. But honestly, it was pretty fun. I ended up getting a pretty good score at the end. So yeah, I know it's a bit long. I gave you the entire gameplay. I'm still new to the whole editing your video, and I'm kind of learning on the way. So you probably have noticed that I didn't really edit a lot, except for a name here and there, and maybe a trimming. But I'm still getting new to the whole thing. I'm learning on the way. Pretty good. Photoshop. Exciting. Not really, but still cool. Yeah. So I actually bought my rig just for this. As you know, I had the rig for about 2 weeks now, or 3 weeks. I haven't used it that much, to be honest, since I'm pretty busy right now, work and everything. I am a teenager, so I'm still in school, so hopefully this year is a bit busy, so I have to tell you about that. I'll tell you right now. This year we're gonna have probably the most important exams, which consider if we're going to university or not. And since I decided to go for law, it's pretty tough to get it. So yeah, probably summer will be the only time for this year which I will be posting gameplay. I will post something here and there if I can, but honestly, exams are a bit important, If I get into university, then you'll have gameplay every day probably. So yeah, that's the plan actually for this year. University, hopefully, law, exciting, a lot of books. I was told. The entire thing is a bit long. It's 7-year course, 10 if you want to do the masters. Oh well. I was shooting that corner because a guy was camping there. sometime before. If you thought I was crazy, I'm not crazy, don't worry. I had no idea where he came from. Okay, yeah, well, if you guys want the specifications for my rig, I can give you everything if you want. The motherboard, I was pretty lucky actually. I bought a bundle for my motherboard. It was pre-built, pre-assembled, had everything on it: CPU cooling, and RAM. So yeah, it was pretty expensive, around 800 sterling. So that's usual. It's the most expensive part, the most used part, the most important part of the PC. The rig was my first build. Fortunately, it was a success. I am thinking of upgrading eventually to a couple of red LED lights, fans and stuff. Since it only has one red LED light, it's the Cooler Master Half FX, yeah. It was one LED light in the front. Pretty sweet. I mean, it's a really good case. I love the way how it was designed. I mean, epic for cable management. Everything was really well designed. It's not cheap, honestly, around 200 euros, but worth it. And if you guys want me to tell you like what is needed for a good rig, which wasn't honestly that expensive compared to others, my rig came up to about 2,000 and 2,100 euros. I bought most of the parts from my local country, Malta. I live in Malta, by the way. It's a small island in the middle of the Mediterranean. Probably a lot of you haven't heard about it. We're in Europe, so in the EU. We live here. Pretty small, 27 kilometers across. So yeah, compared to other places like England and UK, and America, it's pretty small. Yeah, so the entire project came up to 2,100 euros. I did buy an external hard drive since there was some complications with the hard disk. I bought a 3 terabyte hard disk, and I had no idea about this. No one told me before, so I had to. Unfortunately, I didn't know. Windows has a default setting to 2 terabytes. It doesn't read anything more without you setting it, in the BIOS. And obviously I had a 3 terabyte and I was losing 800 gigs. I had no idea why. I spent like 2 weeks trying to figure this out why. And finally I just contacted, the seller, and he told me why. And I managed to change it, but I had to format it. I already had a lot of things on my hard disk. Gameplay, like of Modern Warfare 2 and rest of programs, Origin, Steam. I could format it. I formatted it. I backed it up on the 2 terabyte external hard drive that I bought, and fixed it. I had the blue screen as well. It was a bit scary. Just overclocking, the people who I bought the motherboard from had overclocked it to 4.3, I believe, and it was supposed to be at 4. So a technician told me that would happen, and I just removed the overclocking. It worked perfectly. I've been like this for a week now, almost, without the blue screen. Yeah, the little things, but honestly, it makes a difference. Price goes up obviously when you're buying new hardware. When honestly you're gonna go for gaming, you should really consider a good rig. I mean, my rig isn't honestly the best, but it's pretty damn good. And if you haven't noticed, this Battlefield 3 footage is recorded on 180p Ultra, everything on Ultra. So that's pretty good. Recording at, I believe, 60 frames per second, but that's just fraps, you know, because fraps reduces your frame rate, so that's a bit fucked up with the way it works. But it's pretty good, you know. The other gameplay that I had released, my first one, it was recorded, I believe, on high and with the X-Story. The X-Story doesn't really work that well with Battlefield, so I had to download fraps. I actually had bought fraps, but you know. So yeah, it was a pretty good day. Gameplay came out well, luckily. Hopefully, recording will come out well as well. We're getting close to the end, almost here. Just 50 more tickets to go. I had a nice run at the end here. I believe I scored like 6 kills in maybe 20 seconds. And as you can always see, I always have that 1911 with me. I absolutely love the 1911. I have no idea why. I always have. Probably always will. Even though it's you know, not a very big mag. Six bullets, I believe. No, 9. See, I just love it. I don't know why. Mostly the 1911 are suppressed. If you can see that from my battle log, I had like 600 kills or 500, I believe 500 kills with it. So I use my pistol quite a lot. You know, because I'm a tactical gamer. That's why. Simple as that. I believe this is where I got the good run. Let's see.
Enemy soldier spotted. Over.
Yeah, they were all spawning on each other. Medics reviving. I still don't get this about people reviving in the middle of a battlefield. So stupid. I almost got to cover over there. It was like 5 centimeters away from cover. Unlucky. What can you do? It's a game. So yeah, that's it practically. So tell me what you guys think about my first, you know, commentary. That guy got shot in the face with the last bullet. Was lucky there. Yeah, tell me what you think about commentary. What do you think about the recording, the voice? How is the voice? Because I have a record of not having the perfect voice for, you know, internet. My recordings always come very weird. It's not really my actual voice. I don't know why, but this is a new microphone. I'm working with the Razer Blackshark. Pretty good microphone, hopefully. And pretty good audio as well. So we'll just see how it turns out to be. You know? Well, over here we're coming to the last 7 tickets of the game. Got revived twice here. Honestly, I don't really get revived that much, so yeah, was pretty nice. Okay, so thanks guys for watching. Be sure to leave a like and maybe a favorite down below. Tell me what you think in the comments. Should I try this again? Should I stop doing commentaries and just gameplay? You know, your opinion means a lot to me. Since I'm just starting, I'm looking out for ideas. 48 and 22 was the final score. This is Son of Death, signing off.